Hello and welcome to a Hammer Editor tool. Hammer Editor
tool for
Source SDK.
Source SDK is
This can be used for any Steam quite a lot of Steam games like Counter-Strike Source, Team Fortress, most of the games by Portal 2, and then the rest of the other episodes.
So practically this series is going to be in Dan's plays because it's practically Dan playing and me listening.
Yep. Harry will learn how to use Source SDK. And hopefully be able to make a map.
So by the end of this season, the attempt is going to be to get me to be able to make a map. So what this is Dan teaching you and me how to use Source SDK.
And hopefully teaching
I have no knowledge of it except from the fact that it's a map editor. So today it's going to be trying to teach you and me about what is it?
Source SDK.
Well,
the hammer tool.
The hammer tool. All about it in this episode. What you're going to teach us me?
We're going to be learning how to spawn boxes.
So what tool's that?
That is as I will show you. I'll click on new.
So new to start. Okay, file new, as like any normal thing, is to start a new process.
So you make a block, you use the block tool.
So block tool.
And then
so wait, don't make anything yet. So before you start, tell everyone what they're going to be learning today.
You're going to be learning how to make a block with the block tool.
You're going to be learning how to use the block tool.
How to use the entity tool.
Yeah.
How to use the clipping tool. And how to use the apply current texture tool.
Okay. Oh, apply current texture apparently. And probably a little bit about the camera tool.
The camera tool.
Is that what it's called? The camera tool?
Well, it's basically just the camera. Where you press Z to
move about.
Move about.
Is that it? Is that all it is?
Yeah, it's just
okay.
Z.
So and you already know about the camera tool. So click on the camera, press Z to move around, and press Z to fix the camera.
Yep.
Right. Okay. I already know something, and it's only been about 2 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Possibly.
No. Anyway, this you can change the length.
So the block tool.
Height. And
at the
width.
I was going to say, the end of every video, I'm going to be trying to replicate something about what Dan said in the video.
Okay, you can also edit the grid size by doing plus or minus. So minus, you can do it in finer detail.
So doing the minus, you can make it so
and
that
plus,
you're using smaller
blocks.
So yeah, so you can.
But I'm going to leave it as normal for this first tutorial. Okay, for this, you select what you want.
What do you do then? Because the YouTubers can't see what's happening on the keyboard.
You select what you want. You then scroll where you want it. Say that I'm going to block here, and then when you've got it the same size you want, you then press enter.
To spawn it in.
And then it just takes the texture which you've got over here and uses it. You can also, if you don't want that texture, you can replace it with this, so it finds this one and then replaces it with the one you want.
Or you can use, that
apply texture pack,
which you told me about, yeah.
Apply texture, and then you can also use this, which is exactly the same as this.
Right.
Okay, we're going to be now learning about entities.
So you've already taught me about the block tool. Okay, cool.
This is the entity, so this is if you were going to use this map, which you wouldn't because there's no skybox or because there's a huge hole into nothingness.
Yeah.
But this is where you would start if you played this map. Play a start. You can also create other things like items of ammo, the suit in Half-Life 2 as well. And pistols.
We're using Half-Life 2 Dan's using Half-Life 2 as a basis of the...
because it can be easier. Yeah. And then you just click where you want it to be.
Or you can do it on the box thing areas around the side.
But it's easier to choose where you want it on the map though.
Oh, right, okay.
Because you don't have to obey the fact that there has to be blocks around.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, now we've learnt, or hopefully learnt,
about the entity tool.
You can that you can also change it with the
double click it and you can You have to explain everything that's happening on the keyboard and the mouse as well, otherwise they might not.
I'm just scrolling around, nothing to do with the keyboard yet, but you can also change it to something else. Like if I wanted a health kit, I could click apply, and then it's a health kit, a lovely health kit.
So that when you start, you get full health.
Yeah, but you start off with full health. So,
So
if you've magically lost one
lost health for some reason.
Yes, that's how you change the items. But if you wanted, say, cut or clip a tool, clip a block, you use a clipper tool.
So you select it first or something?
You select it, and then you drag from one point to another, and then that's where you're cutting. The blue line. Yeah.
So is the red part you're getting rid of, or
the red part is where you get rid of, and the white part you keep.
So,
but if it some reason shaded that and you didn't want it there, you click the clipping tool again until it cycles over to what you want to happen.
The white area is the bit past the blue area which you want to keep. And
the blue area is the other block.
No, I mean the blue line, the light blue line.
Yeah.
So
if I was to press enter,
the red bit kind of means like delete this bit.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
So if you were to click enter here, you'll get that. And you can also, with this tool, you can also create stairs. So if I give a small example. Of course, I would have to make it
smaller. Make it with the minus thing at the top, which I've learned. I see.
So minus.
Let's make it more detailed.
Yeah. So there we are.
You press enter. Yeah, and you continuously do that. You can zoom in, right?
Yeah, with the.
That would make sense.
With the zoom in tool.
that would make sense.
Basically, I'm not doing a very detailed one, but
that is a step downwards. That is a big step downwards, considerably.
But you could also do it more detailed by clicking on again.
Yep.
Hopefully do a better one.
Loads of stairs which you would actually be able to walk down, and someone called Master Cheese is playing something.
Click on.
And you would do that all the way up, but that would take quite a long time.
And also I've got it in proper slabs as well, so it's not really working too well. But hopefully this shows you that I could easily. So if you were to, instead of like having to jump up and down, you can just walk up, and they're okay. Yeah. Of course, a way of making it not have to, say if you had lots and lots of stairs.
Yeah.
The block, this, also has to render the bit that's not showing.
Right.
So if you use the clipping tool, and just basically, well. If you clicked on, anyway, if you clicked on this and then just used, anyway, basically, if you had it at a proper slant, which I'll do on the other end, which will make it easier for me.
And you're explaining, so also the audience in retrospect.
So if you had it a nice angle there.
Oh, and you didn't do it right.
So you have to go back.
Yep.
But
so you can repair. It's like in MS Paint, easy enough. Undo and redo.
But and then just
select
make sure
that you want to keep. Yeah.
And then if you want to make stairs, it's like this. Of course, you can change the text. Look at empty. Yay.
There we are.
And then to easily select them, just you get off. You get off the block making tool and then select all of them. You select the clipping tool and then go down all of them, and make sure the white bit is on the bits that you can see. As you can see in the little camera, you can see that the bit you've chosen is white, and then the bit you don't want, which will still render if you choose it, is gone in Flash, and it won't change how it looks. And if you do it that way, it looks more professional. Because then,
because then there's not a block. It's not something rendering inside of something else.
Yeah, and say if you, as I said before, if you had lots and lots of stairs for some reason,
then
it'd take quite a long time.
If you didn't do that, then it would take a lot longer to render. So that makes the game a lot faster.
Now Perry will do a recap.
So I'm gonna do a recap as a amateur because I don't know how to use this. So if I press Z, it will see it fixes the camera. So if I select this and delete, how do I delete?
I think just file new.
I'll file new,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's gone into big mode. Oh, there we are. Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is make. So I'm gonna use the block one to prove that I am not stupid and I can use it. So I'll make it that big. Obviously, for some strange reason, I made it symmetrically the same size. I press enter. And
he then looks on the camera, presses Z,
so
and then
I'm inside of it. There it is, not facing the right way. So press it again.
Yep. And then you press it in place. You can also, if you scroll up to the top, up to the top of the corner of the box, you see what position it is. So that's side. The blocks that you're over now is front, and that's the top.
Side. So from the side. So I can edit this block to make that. So from the side, it's only one block high.
Yeah.
I think side, top. From the top, it's only that way. So from the top, I want to make it flatter. Press it.
You don't need to select the camera to do that.
Yeah.
But you can also add where the camera wants to be. Say if you don't know where the camera is and you're confused, you can click on the camera tool and then just drag it on the map anywhere.
Well, like that.
I mean, like, click. And there we are. You've got a little ball.
So I can move.
And there we are.
I see. So that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. Just want him to be facing in the right direction. Anyway, press it. I'm getting sidetracked. So we're supposed to be.
Yeah. And now we're
so entity. So I want to make a suit. So just click where I want it to be, and I can move it around in there. But if I click it, apparently, so it won't be specific to the block. And then I can change it.
Yep.
By double click on it.
By clicking on the arrow.
Yeah.
Double click on it.
Double clicking on it.
And then choosing what you want.
Choosing what I want it to be. So
but you can also
make
just
it a battery. So I can apply that and close it. And it's a battery instead of a suit. Cool.
So if we zoom in, that's how battery's looking halfway too.
Just in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
So the cutting tool I can use.
You have to select the box before you do that. So if you think it's not working, say.
Yeah,
I thought it was not working for quite a while.
You select the box first, otherwise it won't work. I can do this as well. It doesn't have to be within the box.
Yep. And just remove.
I want to remove. So I want to remove. Great. Want that to be there and this to be here, and I want to get rid of that part here. And I want to keep this part, let's say. So I want to do that, so it's at that angle. I want to delete, so I want to confirm that, so I press enter to get rid of that.
And then if you look on the map, with the camera,
yeah,
you can see that if you go to the right end, it is gone. And it's a perfectly nice, whatever degree angle.
19? No, obviously.
Obviously not. No,
so
maybe
45.
45, let's say it's 45.
Let's just say that.
And then that's.
So that's it. I've learned me and hopefully the viewers have learned how to use the block tool, the entity tool, the clipping tool, and apply current texture,
which is if you browse on here,
browse,
and then choose a different texture pack, or your texture
pack,
and then just click on the apply texture on the selected item. Transforms.
And that is replace the current one. Wait, and replace the current one with that one.
Whatever we want, and it also comes with that.
Yeah. So that's episode 1 of Source SDK tutorials by Dan.
I hope you
and Perry acting as the learner, because I don't know how to use this, so I'm learning.
And Perry might actually do some
Java coding. Yeah, I might be doing some Java coding teaching for Dan.
Yeah, because I don't know anything.
So in exchange for him doing this, I'll be doing Java coding for him. He already knows a little bit, so he might be starting a little bit ahead. Or I might test him during the episode.
Yep.
On something previous. Yep, with stuff like while loops. So that's hopefully you and I have learned something, and hopefully you have learned something from this video. And me and Dan will both see you in the next episode of Source SDK.
Thank you.
And goodbye.